up here. Lock here. Get some things. Water. All right. Hey, Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel, preaching officer of 1,000, the Kashawan, the I.S.U.P.K started out 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, in the Commander in Yahanna. This is the Brotherhood class. We do this every Tuesday night from about 7 to 9. And tonight's topic, we're going to go into the Jordan Neely and Daniel J. Penny situation. For those of you who don't know, Daniel Penny put an unhoused and unarmed black man by the name of Jordan Neely in a rear naked choke for 15 minutes. Thus, maneuver ended up taking this guy's life, taking his brother's life. Why are we talking about this tonight? It is a common thing that happens too many times than I could imagine and count, right? This is not the first time we've seen an unarmed black man be choked at all. This is not the first time or the last time that we'll ever see this. Eric Gardner, Philando Castile, we continue to die at the hand of our oppressor, and yet and still, our people are somewhat torn. We did a video on TikTok. You can go check that out, I.S.U.P.K_Atlanta on TikTok, about the incident that occurred. Okay. Comment section flooded with, of course, the so-called white man. He's in the comment section, pissed because of what? One of his players, let's just use that analogy, one of his players are kind of making a team look bad again, doing something that they do, and now it's being exposed yet again. But what I found very interesting was the amount of our people that would come into the comment section or who have posted videos similar to ours, thus defending Daniel Penny. They went into a whole background of Jordan Neely. They went into his entire background. And they starting to sound like the oppressor. They saying, oh, he had 44 arrests before this. He's been on the train disrupting people before. It does not mean or give you the right to take a man's life, regardless to however many previous offenses he had or arrest. What black man hasn't been arrested, for God's sakes? And to those Christians out there, you black people and Hispanic people that are out there condoning what Daniel Penny did and saying and echoing the same exact thing that our oppressor echoes every time something happens to us, looking at the background, let me ask you this question. How many offenses did Christopher Columbus have? How many crimes did he commit? Does anybody ever bat an eye to that? No. Do you bat an eye at Hitler? For real? Do you? No. Yeah, sure, you say he's a terrible cat, sure. But he's almost celebrated in a way. They do history classes about this cat, right? Never really explaining the atrocities to a degree, but he's still the discussion. Or any other person that you actually idolize, do you look at their background, or did you just so happen to pick this brother because he's poor, which is the crux of this class tonight, man? Our people have tag teamed with the oppressor to hate ourselves. Black people hate the poor. They hate them. Like with a passion, they hate the poor. We do a mission, man, every month, and we'll be out downtown Atlanta May the 14th and the following week after that. All right, I believe it's the 21st. We're doing 2 missions this month, all right, to go out and feed the very people that you hate. And you only hate them because somebody taught you to hate them. How many of us have family, right? And there's the rich part of your family, and then there's the poor ones, right? And then there's those in-between cats. The in-betweens are torn between the two. They don't want to be looked at as the poor ones in the eyes of the rich. They want to be favored by the rich ones. Yeah, they did this, Keisha and them, they just crazy, girl, yeah, girl. You ain't got this stuff together. They got 9 kids and they don't know who the daddy is. as if to say that we're all not in the same boat. But we have been taught this behavior, and because we've been taught that behavior, we have now hated our own. We'll go past and step right over a homeless person, especially if they're our people. And what do we tell them? We tell them, "Oh, why don't you go get a job? Why don't you go get a job?" Where I'm from in Patterson, right? There was a homeless cat, and I'm not lying. There was a homeless cat, right? He used to beg for change with a cup in the front of a bank. So basically, he was standing at the corner, and at the light, he will walk into the middle of the street, and people are handing him money, right? Do you want to know the reason why they handed him money? They handed him money because to them, he looked like Jesus Christ. Well, the so-called Jesus Christ, Caesar Borgia. He was a white guy, wore a toga or like a dirty shirt, it was a long, dirty shirt, and his hair was straight. And he had the little goatee, that little picture, that Christ picture over there. The little goatee, you ain't got to get in the pot. Everybody knows what that cat looked like. And people would just throw change in there, man, because he looks like Christ to them. So you can't ignore that. Meanwhile, on the very next corner, there's a brother, homeless, laying in the middle of the street, if not always on the side of the street. Nobody hands him a goddamn dime because we have been taught to hate our own people, specifically the poor. So it doesn't strike me as alarming at all, actually, when I see these comments coming from our people echoing the same thing that our oppressors echo. Like, oh, this guy, he's on the train. He's homeless. Where the hell else is he going to go? He's homeless. You don't know what it's like to be outside. See, all of us have the benefit of walking into a house or an apartment or a hotel or extended stay. Just imagine in the wintertime while you're in your house cozied up with your woman or whoever you talk to, and you under the blankets. Oh man, this feels so good, right? Imagine being outside with a goddamn blanket, if you have that. Them tent cities that you drive past and don't even think about donating or giving anything that you have to them, because you don't want to be associated with the poor. You don't want that. You want to be looked at as something higher class, just like a Christian. You go to church, it's about what you have. Negro, you ain't got a goddamn thing. You don't have nothing. We're not rich with wealth. We're rich with the DNA that we have. That's what makes us rich, man. Being an Israelite, being a Jew, that's what makes us rich. Knowing that there's a God that loves us. The nigga God loves his people. That's what makes me feel rich and wealthy, to know that. Not getting an increase in pay. Feels good, sure. But it won't have me hating my people. And that's what happens when you worship money. Who we got on the conference call? I think I heard somebody chime in.
Shalom, everyone. How about you? How was young man after shot checking in from Albany, Georgia.
Hey, Shalom, what's going on, Warrior? You Tawab, brother?
I'm Tawab, sir. How about yourself?
I'm pretty good. You got any questions, brother?
Not at this moment.
All right, I got you, bro. I ain't no sweat. So, yeah, let me get into this topic, man. Yeah, go ahead.
I said the water.
Oh, yeah, yonder bar. Ain't no sweat. All right, let me get into this topic.
Sir.
Hey, what's going on, Salaki? Who this?
Hey, how about you? I'm from Michael Lot, sir.
Hey, Shalom, what's going on, Michael Lot?
And it's Tawab, sir.
Man, I'm Tawab. How about you, brother?
I'm Tawab at the water, sir.
Solid, man. Hey, Michael, you got a sword on you? Slaving?
Okay, yeah, I'm slaving, sir.
Okay, no sweat. All right. I need a brother to give me young man. I need you. You got a sword on, young man? All right, no sweat. Give me 1 second here. Let me break down Daniel Penny real fast. Give me Ecclesiastes 7 and 13 really quick. All right, we're gonna break down Daniel Penny so that way our people can understand what this is exactly. And we should never ever, unfortunately, we will, but never ever visit this again, because you have to know who your enemy is, man. It damn sure ain't Jordan Neely, a homeless man trying to make some money who may have been mentally ill, which comes with the territory of being homeless. You out there in the freezing cold and or heat, the sun cooking your damn brain. You can't get water. You can't get nothing. You ever been dehydrated before? It's a real thing. All right. It's like walking through a damn desert. You don't feel for that though. You don't feel for that. You feel for the Marine who put a rear naked choke on a homeless man. Now, the fact that he's Marine doesn't surprise me at all. Those bastards have that killer instinct anyway, which is why they joined. He probably couldn't wait to unleash that goddamn rear naked choke on him. He probably was on the damn train and saw this cat every day and was like, man, oh, he's just ruining my day. He's ruining my space. Hell, he's ruining my train. Because the so-called white man thinks everything is his. Everything belongs to him, including your life, which is why he can take it at will. You understand? And for those of you Black people, Hispanic, and especially Native American, Native Indian people, charge him with the crime. Stop looking at our people and going, hey, man, well, he was arrested before. Right. As a Marine, do you think that he didn't kill anybody? What's his record? Or is it different now because he was serving his country? You tend to put the Marines and anybody in armed forces, in the military on a higher pedestal. Meanwhile, have you been to the VA? They don't look like they living too well, man. Especially our folks that went over there to fight a war that has nothing to do with them. And now the very country you fought for doesn't fight for you. It doesn't help you. You got that precept for me?
On that one time.
All right, go ahead and read it.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 20. For there is not a just man upon the earth.
No, Ecclesiastes 7 and 13, that's it?
Lucky.
No sweat. So let me get Ecclesiastes 7 and 13, all right? I got it for you. While you get it, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 13.
Right.
Consider the work of God.
Consider the work of God. Keep going.
For who can make that straight which he has made crooked?
Who can make straight what the Lord made crooked? All right. And the reason why I decided to bring this precept out first is because we need to understand that Daniel Penny is not straight. He is crooked as the damn letter S, which starts, the letter S is in snake, ain't it? Serpent, subtile. This cat is crooked. And the reason why the first part of it is heavy says, consider the work of God, right? You know, he set up Pharaoh for that same purpose, for us to see how crooked that is, for us to go back to him. He'll raise you up in that little power like that. So that way we can recognize that not only are the scriptures real, but he's real. Make no mistake about it, man. The white man is the devil. The oppressor is the devil. And he's showing you right now. This guy put a rear naked choke on this dude, man. Deceiver. And trying to pretend now that he's the one that is the victim. Because he couldn't take a guy, a mentally ill person on a train yelling and screaming. Hey, listen, man, I'm from up north. That's common. That's a thing that happens all the time. It ain't nothing new. But to put a rear naked choke on a brother, to take his life, who gave you the right, man? Who gave you the right? And for all you oppressors on TikTok, here's the one for you, right? Here's the one for you. If it was the other way around, if Jordan Neely was the ex-Marine, or Marine rather, and he tapped out Billy, who's the homeless man that had 52 prior arrests, will there be an outrage? You damn right it will be.
Right.
You don't want to see that. Listen, for the longest time, you couldn't even show that on TV. You couldn't show a brother even smacking a white man, stepping to him, talking back to him, or nothing. You don't want to see that. They'll make our pain public. Everett Gardner, Philando Castile, now Jordan Neely. They publicize our pain. and they publicize our trauma. So that way the world can see. No different from slavery. Buck breaking, lynching, and whippings, hangings, all that stuff. They make it public, and they still do it to this day. You ain't never gonna see the opposite of that. You're never gonna see Jordan Neely tapping out. You're never gonna see Jordan Neely tapping out Daniel Penny. You're not gonna see it. The only time you may see that is in UFC. That's the only time you'll see that, because it has to be a profit behind it, which it always is. Our people hate our people so much, man. It's mind-boggling that in 2023 we have seen a man get choked out on camera, and our people are like, but he's been arrested before. He's been arrested. What the hell does that have to do with anything? Does that mean that he should die? Who made you the judge, jury, and executioner to say who lives and who dies based off of whatever the hell they went through before that? Point a homeless cat out who hasn't been arrested. And I would argue this. If I was homeless, I would try to find shelter any way I possibly could, in which most of them do. I used to work in that field. And we had homeless people coming in there all the time, especially during the winter. Because why? 3 hots in the cot. Right. They want that warmth that we get. What's the issue? Did he go to jail for murder? And again, if he did, that still doesn't give Daniel Pennywise the clown, that right to take that brother's life. And you Christians out there that are supporting this idea, saying that, oh, well, what was he supposed to do? He's supposed to let the hell go and mind his damn business. That's what he was supposed to do. Right. Take your behind to work, or wherever you're going to go to oppress our people. Go, just take your behind there. He going to walk free. And they're not even mentioning homicide right now, for all I know. They're not saying nothing about it. Esau is crooked, man. He always has been, and he always will be. That's your enemy. That is who your enemy is.
That's right.
Go ahead, Mama Sir.
Sorry, sir, if I may.
Yeah.
If you look real close at the picture, it looks like Daniel Penny's got kind of like cracked, like a smile almost.
Listen, when I saw that picture, man, this cat looked like he was enjoying it.
Exactly.
You know, he was enjoying that, man. They have blood in their eyes for us. And I think I posted it. I think I tweeted this. Follow us on Twitter too at I.S.U.P.K Atlanta. But I tweeted that the look in his face, right, damn near looked like it was a long time coming. Like he couldn't wait to do this.
Right.
And in any situation, why would you have to? What could this 120-pound cat have done to trigger you to get up and put him in a rear naked choke? If you wanted to restrain him, there's other ways of doing that. Did you have to put him in a rear naked choke for 15 minutes? Go ahead, Mom.
He could have put him in a half Nelson, full Nelson.
Yeah, or he could have just fall on him.
Right.
It's a couple of y'all, and then the other cat is holding his arm, holding Jordan Neely's arm. Like that's going to do something. It ain't do nothing. You know what I mean? It's a very sad thing to look at, man. It's one of those things. Like when I look at it, it pains me to no end to see our people be ignorant to the fact that our oppressor is the devil. Go ahead, Mama. So
just one more thing,
yeah, no problem.
Okay, now, everybody, Jordan Hill, he wasn't that big.
Right.
He didn't have no fighting skills. He didn't know how to defend himself.
Right.
But what if he did?
Right.
What if he did?
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something about the oppressor.
He's such a coward.
He's a cat, right? He's a coward. By nature, he's a coward. He runs and hides, and then he'll hunt and kill. He can't handle pressure straight up. What they call him, a vagabond, right? Give me Rob, give me Job 12:6. The water. We're gonna dig more into the history of Daniel Penny. All right, you got that for me, bro? Go ahead and read it.
This is the book of Job, chapter 12 and verse 6. The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke God are secure.
Listen, let me tell you something, man. The tabernacles of robbers prosper. That picture the oppressor's house, right? And let's say this kingdom, right? It's full of robbers, people that steal, murderers. They take lives. That's another way you can steal something. When you take someone's life, you're taking something that doesn't belong to you.
Right.
this house prospers. It absolutely thrives in prosperity because of what? There's nobody to hold him accountable for his actions.
Right.
And our people back him and support him, which is another form of prospering. You have to have an army of people, or I don't want to say nation, but you have to have a support system. Our people support the robber. They support the robber. Keep going.
Khan, into whose hand God bringeth abundantly, Salakia.
No, you go to 7. And this is the heavy part. This is perfectly describes Daniel Penny and the house that he represents, which is the house of Esau. Perfectly. Okay. We're saying that the oppressor is the devil, right? If you ask any brother in here or any sister, they can tell you that. Okay. Anybody. If the dead can talk, they'd be able to tell you. All right. You talk about slaves, Harriet Tubman and Nat Turner, all these cats. If they were alive today, they'd be able to tell you history of who the oppressor really is and who the devil really is, man.
Right.
Go ahead, give me that. 7.
Khan, the book of Job, chapter 12 and verse 7. But ask now the beasts,
Right.
and they shall teach thee.
If you ask the animals, right? You ask the animals that Esau hunts, picking, cutting lions' heads off just to pose with them. You ask the bears that he hunt. You ask the animals that are about to go into a goddamn extinction, right? Ask them the same question that I asked these brothers in here. Ask the beast first, and they'll show you. Keep going.
Right. Khan. And the fowls of the air.
Ask the birds, man. Go ask the birds, okay? Who's killing them? What kind of chemicals that Esau places in the air to get rid of them? Ask the birds. Keep going.
And they shall tell thee.
And they're going to tell you. Keep going.
Verse 8. Or speak to the earth.
You speak to the earth. Speak to that ground that Esau tears up. That oppressor tears up, rips up the ground. The goddamn trees can't just be trees just chilling. They can't just be there. I'm going to rip you up. They're going to tell you too. Keep going.
And it shall teach thee.
Right.
And the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee.
Let me tell you something. You ask everything and everybody, and they'll tell you. They're going to say it. His history is of murder. That's how they got the country. That's how they continue to take whatever they want to, because they represent the same body, right? The spirit of Esau is to kill. That is the spirit of Esau. And unfortunately, we as Black people in the world, we have the spirit of submission and submitting to that authority, or what we perceive to be that authority. We submit, which is why outside those doors, when we go anywhere, me, I was saw in the pot, anywhere we go, people look at us like we crazy.
Right.
Because we're crazy. Look at these brothers. They wearing all black, man. What's this? What's this supposed to be? What's this about? They terrified of us, man.
Oh, God.
You know why? Because we don't fear the oppressor.
That's right.
And you can clearly see it in our faces. You can see it. We look terrifying. When we at camp, cats that walk past, they can't even look us in the face. They can't. Because there's something remotely hardcore about saying that the oppressor is the devil. And we're not afraid to say it. The trees are going to tell you, the beasts, the birds, the fish, everybody, everything can tell you, and we're going to tell you too.
Right.
We're going to tell you too. And to sit here and think that Daniel Penny is some type of a saint because he got rid of an irritant on a train by killing him, then you might as well be a part of that clique too, because you're defending it instead of defending your brother. Our people hate the poor so much. It's the reason why we do the work that we do here, especially when we go on the missions, right? We show our people that we're not like the Christians that are going to come down there and give them a Bible and then leave. We're going to show them that we're not like the army that's going to come down there and throw like I don't know what the hell they give them. One of them cats told me that the military showed them one time and gave them a goddamn, like a plastic, like they have food in this like a bag. They don't stick around. Any type of government aid, they just don't stick around for them. We love the poor, man. We're going to provide for them. Thus save the Lord. Go ahead, Rob.
So like you said,
Yeah.
you were saying they gave the homeless the MREs.
I think it's like a bag. It looked like a Pop-Tart. I don't know. It's like food in a box, like a bag. It's like some freezer dried.
Yeah, the MREs.
That's what they are.
Meals ready to eat.
Right.
So
what it is, you put water on it and it'll rehydrate. It's dehydrated food, but you
Right.
put water on it, it'll rehydrate.
for people that don't have water,
I guess they would come back the next week and give them the water.
right? Yeah, they're like, hey, here's what's called MRE.
God.
Okay, so they give them the MRE. Okay, and then they go, well, how the hell do I eat this? You got to put water on it, and they go, well, where's the water? We'll be back. You'll never see them again, man.
God.
Listen, man, I love the work that we do, man. I love the work that we do because when we go down there and we have the ability to connect with those people down there in such a way that, you know, I feel it every time we go down there. Like before we head out, we all here talking and sorting out the stuff. And I go, yeah, you know, today's the day we can go help somebody. And the goal is to save them, to get them out of that predicament that they're in. You know, man. Give me that again from the top, Rob.
Khan. This is the book of Job, chapter 12 and verse 7. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee,
right,
and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee.
Right. Give me real quick, because I wanted to go over this too. Give me Psalms 82 and 3.
Khan.
I'm gonna tell you why we do the work that we do, and then I'm gonna harp all over this dude, man. I'm gonna harp all over this dude. Share the class, tell your friends that we're talking about our people today, and we're talking about how we're victimized, abused, and oppressed in this country by the oppressor. What you're seeing between Jordan Neely and Daniel Penny is the classic case of Esau and Jacob. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing two of the nations fighting again. It is a common thing that happens all the time, but somebody comes out on top at the end of that story. Somebody's going to come out on top. It may not seem like it now, but this is the reason why we do these classes. So that way you can understand that, guess what? I may be like Jordan Neely, but I can be better. I'll come into the school. I'll wear all black. I'll put my shield of David on, right? And be real militant. So that way, when I'm on the train next time and I see a cat like Daniel Penny about to do the thing that he did to a brother, we'll be prepared for that. Right. Like, hey, man, nah, you ain't got to do that. You don't have to do that. Or what most of us do, if you ever encounter somebody like this, right? You ever been somewhere and you have the decency as a human, because we know brotherhood, right? We know what brotherhood is. If that cat was doing that on the train, right, and things started to get crazy, and you were right there sitting next to you, what would you have done?
Slap you, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Me? I'll give a chance to let him go. If you want to let that brother go, hey, look, I'm gonna stop your brains in.
Mm-hmm. Right.
For real. No, you was not gonna kill my brother.
Salaki, sir, are you asking if they jumped on him already, or if he was during the time he was quote unquote acting erratically?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
When he was acting erratically.
Mm-hmm.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, I would try to help the brother. You know, like they were saying he was asking for food erratically. So I would probably tell him, like, I'll get you some food when we get off the train.
Right.
Here's $1. Here's something to get you some food. I would help the brother. I would never even look at it as he's a threat. If he's just asking for food, and you can clearly tell that he was mentally troubled.
Right.
It made no sense what they did to that man.
That's what I'm saying.
Salaki.
So you talking about before the incident happened?
Yeah, right before it happened. You know,
I would have done the same thing. I would have been like, hey, brother, hey, look, here you go. Take this, you know.
Right.
You know, chill out, relax for a minute. You know, next stop, you know, go get some food, brother.
And why do we do that? Why would we do that?
Salaki, sir. Because we love our brothers.
Brotherhood.
Kano.
That's all it is. We do the same thing on our missions.
Right.
It's the same thing. The last time we went out, maybe I think the one in January, where the sister asked me for a beer. She was getting kind of out of control a little bit. I didn't put her in the rear naked choke.
Right.
And what about the brother who called himself Karate Man? I don't know if he was there doing all the. I didn't put him in the rear naked choke. But we did calm him down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like people like that want to be heard. They want to be understood. They want people to stop running all over them. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that it's a crazy thing when you don't have nobody to support you. You don't have nothing. You don't have friends. You don't have brothers. These people, especially Jordan Neely, there's no brotherhood to help him. There's brothers on the damn train,
right?
But they don't have brotherhood. Brotherhood would have saved him.
Right.
If we were on the train, even before that went down, right? We understand because we know this is brother. He's at a low degree in his life. He's at a very, very low degree in his life. What the hell do we look like putting him in the goddamn rear naked choke? Why would we even have to do that to a brother who is like that? But what we should do, you look at him and you got to sympathize with that. You got to come down to his level and identify with him. He poor, you poor too.
Right.
Aren't we all in the captivity together? He ain't no. What the hell is the difference between us and him? The only difference is that I go into a house. That's it.
That's right.
That's only the real difference.
Right.
So the pain that he's experiencing, I experience it too. I know what it's like to not have support at that. You know what I mean? Like being in a state like that. I know what it's like to be in a low state. But brotherhood brings us up out of that state. That's what brings us up out of that state. You got that, Precept?
Khan.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Defend the poor
Do
and
what?
fatherless. Defend the poor and fatherless.
Put them in the rear naked choke.
Defend the poor and fatherless.
Keep going.
Do justice.
Do what?
Do justice.
Do what?
Do justice.
Okay, keep going.
To the afflicted and needy.
Do justice. Do right.
Right.
We defend the poor.
Right.
We defend them. And the fatherless. Listen, if somebody dropped the baby off right now at that front door right there, we're going to take that baby in here and we're going to raise that child.
Right.
That's what we're going to do.
That's right.
When we do these missions, and this topic about Jordan Neely hits home more because when we do those missions, man, we see Jordan Neely's all the time. They dance and they're trying to find their way. And I can't wait for the day that we can get some of those cats up out of there and in here. That's why we do the missions in the first place. See, with our people in the church and others and whoever else they worship or whatever the hell they do, they don't have the intention on defending the poor. They're down there to get likes on TikTok and to get famous off of the back of the unhoused and the less fortunate. That's why they're down there. They're there to get clout.
Right.
I see. Yeah, I'll do the work in the community. You did one thing down there. They don't know your name. They know us when they see us.
That's right.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard to not know us. We wear all black and we look militant as all hell, and we damn sure ain't the military. So they know us when they see us. And not because of the reputation of the school per se, because they don't have access to phones like that. But they know us because we're constantly down there. We have built a rapport and a reputation with the poor, which is the point.
Oh, God.
So when you see cats like Daniel Penny, rear naked choking unhoused and unarmed black man, you might want to extend some brotherhood there instead of watching it and holding up your damn phone knowing it does absolutely nothing. Obama issued body cams, right? And it was for the sole purpose of catching the whole matter of the situation. So that way justice could be had, right?
Right.
The body cameras have done none of that and have served no purpose but to televise our destruction and live stream it all over the place. You know, which is weird. What do you do? This is the world we live in. And any black person, Hispanic or Native Indian out there that is ignorant to this fact, give them that precept again, Rob.
Khan. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 3. defend the poor
Mm-hmm.
and fatherless,
Yep.
do justice to the afflicted and needy.
Listen, man, these people, they need, and I know you've never heard precepts like this in your church because they don't care.
Right.
They don't care. The oppressor gave them a Bible, told them God loves everybody. You can't rob God and all. So you're only echoing the same thing that was taught to you. We're taught the whole Bible.
That's right.
It ain't just pieces of things that feel good and sound good. Okay. The Bible, if you hadn't noticed, is about bloodshed and war.
Right.
I don't know where you get lollipops and rainbows from. But our life as Black people is not candy canes and rainbows. It's not that at all.
Right.
It's a Jordan Neely situation where you're looked at as the problem before you can even do anything to prove that you're such. We're all public enemy number one in here. All of us. We are the same as Jordan Neely. We go on a train, people look at us, and they're just waiting for something to happen. They're waiting. They look at us like that. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, look at he got the things on his arms. Oh. They're waiting. Like sharks in the water, man. They want to attack us for every little thing that we do. Every single thing. We're no different from Jordan Neely at all. Except for the fact that we have brotherhood. All right.
Right.
Give me I wanted Ecclesiastes 13 and 19, I believe. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Oh, wait. Let me give me 1 second. Wait. What I put yesterday? Hold on, brother. It's the rich ate up the poor. Give me that real fast. Let me try to get it with you. That's up here somewhere. Any questions online? I don't see none. Okay, no sweat.
Right, yes, sir.
You got it?
It was Ecclesiastes.
It's Ecclesiastes. Okay, Salaki, no sweat. Was it 13 to 19? Okay, yeah, go ahead. You got it.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 13 and verse 19. As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness.
Let me tell you something, man. This precept, this explains this whole situation, man. This precept explains this whole situation. It's about the predator and it's about the prey. Okay, now they just talked about an animal. They talk about the wild ass, right? Being the prey in this situation. Keep going.
Khan. So the rich eat up the poor.
So the what?
So the rich eat up the poor.
They kill us, man. They kill us. And it happens all the damn time. And they have now plagued our people who are the poor. Make no mistake about it. I don't care if you Shaquille O'Neal. I don't care if you are LeBron James. You have money that is tangible and you can feel it. But it doesn't mean a damn thing when your life is on the line. Because they'll take your life just like they took his life, regardless to how much money you got. It doesn't even matter. We are the prey in this kingdom to that animal, that subtile beast. We are the prey. Make no mistake about it, because he killed him in the same manner that a predator would kill a prey. He probably studied him. He probably was on that train. Like I stated earlier today, he was on the train waiting for the moment. This cat probably bumped him a little bit, and he couldn't wait. And he sat there and said, okay, one more day. I'm gonna let it slide. Probably happens every morning around 9:30 when this devil doesn't have his goddamn cocaine and coffee. Right. And he sat there and waited. He waited. And then he struck, just like a predator does. Read it again from the top, Rod.
Khan. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 13 and verse 19. As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness. So the rich eat up the poor.
Keep going. I think it's a little bit more on that.
Khan. Verse 20. As the proud hate humility, so doth the rich abhor the poor.
Anybody know what the word abhor means? No problem.
Slovakia,
Go ahead, Mama Saul.
board deliberately,
No,
purpose.
close. Just look it up. Abhor. Because also the scripture says we shouldn't abhor an Edomite.
Kanakan.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I got you.
Kanakan. Salaki, sir.
Go ahead, brother. You got it.
Abhor. Regard with disgust and hatred.
That's what that situation was. That's what it is. That situation is a ex-Marine abhorring the poor. He looked at him with hate. And it's not just about the look of hate, because hate is an action. A hate is something that you do. It is not only just a feeling that you can have, right? Because I hate going to Jiffy Lube. I hate the place. It sucks, right? Now, will I go blow this place up? No. But people like Daniel Penny, who hate us and who hate the poor, will act on such hate, which is why it's called a hate crime. He will go out of his way to express how much he hates the poor. And so will you. If you choose to follow that bastard in his ways, you will not only go from feeling the hate, you'll actually go to execute it. Perfect example. Everybody knows somebody with a baby mama somewhere. That baby mama, more times than I can count on my hand, absolutely abhors the father. How does she show it? Anybody know? Or,
Salaki, sir. By keeping the child away from him and lying to the kid.
and child support.
And child support.
And child support. That's how she expresses the hate. Because if she didn't hate him, why the hell would she do it? Because she wants him to feel a certain type of way. She wants him to feel and break him down, which is no different from that situation. Daniel Penny and others like him, they absolutely hate the poor. And most importantly, they hate blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, man. Which is why this country is even built the way it is. It's built on hate. I hate that you have this land. So guess what? I'm going to express it. So I'm going to murder everybody here and take it. What's the difference between that and Daniel Penny and Jordan Neely? Not a damn thing. He wanted something, he took it, and he got it. I'm good. I'm good now. Now he can go. Now he can go throughout his day knowing, like, yeah, I did a good thing. I got rid of the irritant that was ruining my day. Go ahead, Moses.
At the same time, he fulfills his bloodlust.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you, that bloodlust that they have for us is They can't get rid of it. It's like a vampire, constantly just looking for blood. I remember one time before I got into the truth, right? I used to look at Esau like a vampire, like a real life, because of his bloodlust for us. Like he doesn't get enough of it. You'd think that after what 400 plus 100, that his bloodlust will actually die down, but it's only increasing. It's only increasing.
Right.
It can't be quenched at all. It can't be. And he's going to keep biting down into us every chance he gets until there's nothing left. Planned Parenthood, same thing. Setting something up to kill our people. Bloodlust. The way he eats his damn meat. Bloodlust. He has an appetite for blood. I personally, when I heard about the Jordan Neely story, right, and I saw it, sometimes it's hard to watch things like that. Like I just can't sit there and watch it like that. Like it kind of it gets me motivated to teach and to blaze on Esau for our brothers and our people. So when we go down there next week and we go to that mission next week, we're gonna try to do two. I meant to tell y'all in the thread. We're gonna do one on the 14th. That's this coming Sunday. What's the next Sunday? The 21st? Okay, yeah. So we're gonna try to do two. Not try. We're gonna do two. We got a lot of stuff in. Anybody wants to donate, please donate some stuff, man. I know you got some clothes at home. Our people need it, and other people down there need it as well. All right. Let me move on from this real fast. Anybody got any questions or concerns or comments about this particular topic? All right, no sweat. Did anybody check out?
That's a lot of good stuff.
Go ahead, Makula. You got it, brother.
Throw out that a while. Hey, if I could, you know what I'm saying? Is it safe to say, like, even when you look at her, because I see somebody said something to other Edomites that killed, you know what I mean, that murdered his brother, right?
Yeah.
And is it safe to say, like, you know what I mean, on that, like, you made a heavy point, too, when you was, like, about the predator part, too, like, I thought about, like, a lion amongst the field, the wildebeest, like, the wildebeest just standing there, he just waiting on picking out the perfect one. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that with the devil, you know what I'm saying? He looking like the so-called, you know what I mean, Caesar Borgia. You know what I'm saying? The people just sitting there looking at him, you know what I mean? Like, and they trying to justify it. Like you said, they picking out a brother, you know what I mean, going digging up his record and stuff like that. I was trying to see, like, is it like a precept showing, like was that precept that you brought out earlier? I forgot what it was, but you know what I'm saying? Like, was this on subject with that? You know what I mean? Like, because defending the poor. We are amongst them every day. Like,
right.
Black people saying another black man bad, that's nothing new. Like you said, we say that all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I mean? That's like that goes into that precept, right? Just to totally just add on to it, you know what I mean? Just picking back off your point, sir, like the Christian church, sir, like.
No, go ahead. No, Rob was handing me a water. Go ahead, brother. But I think you're absolutely correct with that. And it's not, I mean, we know that in this kingdom, the oppressor looks at us as absolute nothing, right? So how would you combat that? Like, how would you? What's the word I'm looking for? I want to use the train analogy, but I already used it. But basically, to make a long story short, we are the prey in this kingdom. What we have to do is arm ourselves in a way to know how to defend ourselves against the animal that's actually hunting us. And the only way to do that is to identify that is your enemy. That's the only way you do it. Listen, a gazelle could be smart. You know, you don't have to walk. If history has proven that you and the rest of your pack are getting eaten up in this one particular spot, would it make sense to go around it? You know what I mean? But fortunately for us, we have a brain that works a little bit better than the animal. Most of us, not everybody. You know what I mean? But we have the capacity to study and understand who our enemy is. And I know it's rough. I know Christians, you watching this class, you're like, damn, man, but I got white friends. And I'm my co-workers. Listen, you got to make money. But just know at the drop of a dime, if your life depended on it, they're not saving you, man.
Right.
We keep looking to our oppressors to save us. They're not going to save you. They've shown you what they do to you in the damn train station, man. But yet we're always trying to save them. We always got our hand out. Come on, man. Come on. I'll save you. Somebody answer me this. What in the hell does the oppressor need saving from? Anybody? Anybody know? Nothing.
Right.
What the hell does he need saving from?
Right.
I can't understand why our people, I know why, but it baffles me that our people are going, well, they need salvation too. Salvation from what? They got every damn thing, man. And they can take your life at the drop of a dime, yet we got to save them. Go ahead, Rob. I know you got
it, sir. A lot of times they'll say from sin.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Again, like, first of all, if they go ahead and sin, who gives a damn? But what I'm saying is saving them from what? What are they suffering from that we need to say? This is epidemic. What's that epidemic? That crystal meth, right? Mm-hmm. Now they have this whole campaign going about the victims and the people are dying from crystal meth. They're like, oh, we gotta save them. Help us. Where the hell were they during the crack epidemic? Right. They weren't nowhere to be found. They just tell us, stick in there, say no to drugs.
That was it.
Yes, in the DARE program, and they send some firefighter to come to your school and tell you, for drugs. Right. Go ahead, boss.
The thing about it is, the people that's telling you say no to drugs, the same people that's shoveling it down your throat.
Right, they put right. Let's flush this out for the people at home, right? Give me some examples of our oppressor oppressing us. And this is going out to the room. This is going out to the people online. Give me some examples of it. Because what we're going to do tonight, much like every damn night, we're going to paint for you the picture of who the enemy really is. We're going to paint that picture today, right? And we're all going to have an example. And I can guarantee you, after all of that, somebody will be like, man, that ain't over. No, but we're talking about real serious stuff. Go ahead, Rob. I see what your hand up.
Salaki, sir. By redlining.
Redlining. Explain to the people that don't know what redlining is. Use the mic. Use the mic.
Salaki, sir. Redlining was when they would only allow oppressors to buy houses in certain areas with low mortgage rates and high value turnaround, and they will force all of our people into ghettos, slums, reservations, barrios, and things of that nature.
Right. So you got that example. You got what Mama saw?
You know, to piggyback off of they call us low demographics. They'll say, oh yeah, all low demographic areas. So what they want to do, they want to come and they want to survey the land. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, that little space we do got that y'all pushed us into, right? You want to push us out even further and compress us even more by saying, oh well, we did the surveying. Right. You know, they want to tear this down, build this up, right, and then push us even further to a little small compact space. Right. Gentrification. Right. So you got redlining, gentrification, the crack epidemic. Right. They pushed drugs into our community. Okay. They did that. This is not something that we're making up. It's a real thing. Right. They placed guns in Chicago in a damn crate. Like this is the damn Hunger Games. You know, it's like, hey, here's a box full of weapons. Go have a good time, y'all.
Right.
Right.
But then the audacity of them to say out of their mouth, they'll go, well, Chicago's a war zone. Gee, I wonder why. What? You made it the war zone. You made it just that. They've taken land. You talk about you talk about Rosewood. You talk about a Black Wall. Every dome. Because I'm trying not to get there. Yeah, but when we're talking to our people, they're very stubborn, man. Mentally stubborn. Right. The Trail of Tears. I mean, you name it. History has shown us who our enemy. There's never been a time, right, where a Black person can oppress another Black person. We don't have that power to do that. Right. But yet our people look at Jordan Neely and people like that, the poor, and go, oh man, get up out of here, man. I don't like this cat, man. But you love the oppressor? Right. You love them.
Fuck it, sir. They want to be four brothers.
Yeah, right. Oh, the movie. Yeah. Four Brothers is a movie Mama starts talking about with Mark Wahlberg, Tyrese, the guy that plays the flute at the airport, Andre 3000. And some other cat who I haven't seen since that movie. And the idea was, what, like foster kids?
The foster lady got killed.
Yeah.
That had raised them.
Right.
She was taking in orphan kids and raising them.
Yeah. The sister said online, fighting about blogs of that they never own. It's very true. But our people look at them and go, man, that's my brother, man. Tommy, man, he cool, man. Man, give me a break. Right. Give me a break. At the drop of a dime, Tommy will be taking not only your girl, but he will also take your street, your house, your kids, and everything away from you. In that system, too, we talk about child support. That's another one. Planned Parenthood. That's another one. I mean, all of these infrastructures set up to kill us. Right. We didn't set up no Planned Parenthood. Go ahead, Makulak.
Is this a good one right here? Because I know I heard you say that they brought up, Jordan Neely history. You know what I'm saying? His background history a bit. They make it illegal to talk about the history in the crimes they did on this, so they make it illegal to talk about slavery, but they want to bring up his past. So it's like
right. They want to bring. Nobody brought up Christopher Columbus's past. Nobody talks about that, but yet you take the damn day off of work for it and celebrate and cook out and all this other nonsense. You don't talk about that. Our people never talk about the history when it really matters.
Right.
They never talk about the history when it actually matters. All of the countries that got reparations, all the nations of people that got reparations, except for us. Did you know? Yeah, the Jewish man got. I forget. Somebody look this up. The Jewish man's reparation. He got. I think they got like. I want to say. Maybe a couple of million, maybe a billion.
I think it was in the billions.
It's in the billions. Yeah, look that up real fast, man. Go ahead, you got it.
If I may, as we talked about the nations celebrating their history, even on this day, Russia is celebrating the victory that they had against Germany, back in I believe it was World War II.
Mm-hmm.
So today is May 9th.
Right.
And May 9th is a very important day to where they have a parade going on, celebrating, the victory, how victorious they were,
right,
against the Germans.
Right.
So, I just wanted to bring that out, because no one wants to celebrate, anything that's good about our history.
Right.
And as the I.S.U.P.K bring it out,
right.
We are condemned when we are considered, preaching hate speech, when we try to do it. So, I yield.
No, you're good, brother. The water. Go ahead, Rob. I see you, Yahanna.
Khan. This is state.gov.
Mm-hmm.
It says from 1945 to 2018, the German government paid approximately 86.8 billion in restitution and compensation to Holocaust victims and their heirs. Furthermore, the government, it says last year, the German government committed 662 million to Holocaust survivors struggling because of the pandemic, persecution, and their age.
Does it on that?
What
was that? What was that amount again? Listen up, everybody.
And that's as of 2018, and just last year they did 662 million. So you can add it up, but it was 86.8 billion in restitution and compensation.
Come on, man. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, you haven't got a goddamn dime.
Right.
You ain't got nothing, man. We don't have nothing. The only thing that we have is this truth.
That's right.
That's what makes us wealthy. That's what makes us rich. You're not getting reparations. You're not getting nothing from this government, man. All right. You are the poor in this predicament. Jordan Neely, like I said earlier, is just like us. Give me Proverbs 22:6 real fast. I want to get it through 6 all the way to 7. Tonight we fleshing out Daniel Penny and the beasts just like him. All right. And we encourage you to teach your kids the same thing. So that way we can continuously pass this down to avoid problems like this. You got it?
You said Proverbs 22:7?
No, 22:6 first, and then I'm going to get to
No, Salaki, sir.
No, you're good.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
And here if you go over there to the door, when you come into our school, there's a picture of Caesar Borgia on the floor. We wipe our damn feet on that thing. All right. And the kids do too. They dance on it. They're doing TikTok challenges and tap dance and all that. We training them to do that.
That's right.
We teaching them that bastard on the floor right there is not Christ. That's not our king on the floor right there.
That's right.
That's an imposter. We're teaching them that now. We're teaching them how to avoid birthdays and Christmas and hating their own. There's brotherhood in here. That's what we teach them. Keep going.
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
They're not going to depart from that. It's going to be ingrained and instilled into them until they get to our ages in here. Most of us are well in our 80s, of course. Michael Sarr is. Right, was close to like 53 or something like that. Last time I heard, I don't know if it's true, but that's what I heard of. But they're going to be well into this age group that we're in and teaching their children and other brothers and new people, brothers and sisters that come into the school. You understand? We are the poor. We at the bottom. We are the most oppressed people on the goddamn earth, man.
Right.
But being in the truth makes us feel rich. I didn't feel that way before I got in here. I felt like a piece of crap, actually. But now I'm fueled up, man. Right. I'm fueled up. Keep going. Give me 7.
Verse 7. The rich ruleth over the poor.
The rich ruleth over the poor. Please keep this in mind, because who's the rich in this kingdom? Who the hell is it? It ain't us.
Right.
It's not us. Moab, rich. Elam, rich. Esau, rich. Every nation that is not us is rich, and they rule over us. The Chinese man down here, he got a goddamn. This bastard got liquor stores and Chinese restaurants everywhere. You could barely keep a soul food restaurant out here.
Right.
Decatur used to be black at one point. Now it's turning into Chinatown or something. And forget downtown, underground Atlanta. Oh my God. They changing that. They're about to change that whole area around.
Right.
And it's going to start looking lighter and lighter. As soon as you're going to like, damn. Once they put a Starbucks, I keep telling y'all, this is a real thing. When you see Starbucks and Whole Foods, it's over, man. You done. We don't go to Whole Foods. I mean, you might. Some of y'all got money like that, man. I ain't got no money like that. Listen, give me regular foods. I don't need it to be whole. I just give me the regular stuff. So as soon as them things they start popping up, it's over. Go ahead.
I'll take half food.
Yeah, give me half food. I'll take whatever food you got.
Right.
Yeah, but they rule over us, man. We are the poor in that situation. Go ahead.
That's right. And the borrower is servant to the lender.
Break that down. You go.
This is saying that the one who holds the money and is doing the lending is in control. And the borrower, whoever is the one who's taking from and having to borrow here to pay their bills and things like that, they're legitimately just working to pay the lender. So they're a servant to the lender.
Just like anything, you talk about anytime you go to an establishment, right? Let's say you go get a loan, okay? Esau gives you the loan, and then now you become a servant to him.
Right.
How so? Because now he can do whatever the hell he pleases with you. You working overtime just to pay this off. And now not only are you paying it off, Negro, you about to pay it off with interest.
Right.
It ain't even just $20 now. It's just like, yo, I'm giving you 20 now. Give me 120,000 later. You'd be like, damn. And you working your behind off. And guess what? He can destroy you. That's right. They start trying to garnish your pay, and you'd be like, well, damn. Oh, go ahead. That's Magola.
This is Abishai, sir.
Okay, now you and Magola sound a lot alike. Salaki. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, Salaki, sir. If I may, I was going to say that's another way that they oppress us. You know, they make it a lot easier for nations to come into our community and set up business. You know, and on those businesses thrive, and they pray up for our people. And then, you know, after the years, after they made, who knows how much, you know, all this money, they pass those businesses down to their children,
Right.
you know, or either, you know, put it in another relative's name,
Right.
you know, so, and they make it very difficult for us, for our businesses to succeed. And if we do have a business, you know, that we only allowed to, you know, to get a barbershop or a car wash, you know, or maybe a hip hop clothing store at that. And even with that, that's gonna, you know, have a hard time succeeding, you know, because, you know, you gotta because of the vendors that you shop with, you know.
Right.
So you know, I just want to bring that out. There's so many different ways that they oppress us. You know, the system is rigged against us. You know, so you know, I just wanted to bring that out.
Damn right, brother. Damn right. You talk of listen. A lot of the people, we always hear these murmurings, right? Like when you go online, you got two types of black people. You got black people that believe partially what we talk about, and then you got the other ones who are on the same fence as Esau. So when they have these discussions online, they talk. This side talks as if there is no oppression, right. And then when you give examples like the Akim did today, how could you deny it? How can you deny it? How can you deny us being murdered on camera for the world to see? I forget. I don't know if it was Eric Garner, but it was another brother. He got shot by the police officer. I remember it like it was yesterday because the image never leaves my damn brain. He's on the ground like this, right? He's laying on the ground. The damn shirt, the whole damn thing is red. The cop is like shaking. Find out who that was. I want to make sure I know. I want to quote the name right. I don't want to get it wrong. I know it's Eric Garner's the cat that got choked by he got rear naked choked too, by the way. But they publicly display the murder. They publicly display it. So how could you, as a Black Hispanic native, how can you not think and know that we are oppressed? When they show it on television, they show it to you. Go ahead. I heard somebody say Salaga.
Like it, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael. That's definitely Makula.
It's like it's very couple kinds. Are you talking about Asher Sterling?
Is that his name? Well, hold on. Rob looking up now. Yeah, but the cat, he got shot at the gas station, I believe, right in the chest, point blank range, and they had him I think they had him on the front page of a newspaper, laying on the floor, laying on the ground, blood just pooled all over his shirt. It was worse than the Philando Castile. Well, that's not really that was bad too. Go ahead.
Some kinds, sir. It's like, sir. I believe the brother's name was Asher Sterling, sir. It's like.
What? Say it again. What's the name?
Alton Sterling. Alton Sterling.
In Baton Rouge. Yep, that's him. Yeah. They killed this brother, right? And I'm trying to find a picture, but look it up for yourselves. They had posted it. It was on a front page of a paper or like the New York Times or something like that. And I said to myself, I was like, well, why in the blue hell would they put that on the damn front? Why is that? Why? And then I realized why. It's to continuously pump that fear into us and to keep you realizing who the authority is. It's to scare you. It's a scare tactic. Because again, if it's the other way around, that image would not be on the paper. It wouldn't be there at all. It's to constantly pump fear. And that's an old plantation technique. Right. Put the nigga in on the whipping post and whip him in front of everybody to show you who the authority really is out here. Who the authority is. Let me show you who the man is out here. Go ahead. Marcel, you want to say?
I was about to say the same thing you said. Yeah. Don't you ever forget, nigga.
Yeah, don't you forget.
Boy.
I'm gonna show it to you. And then Jordan Neely pops up. And I had to see another one of my brothers die again on video. And much to our surprise, it ain't nothing happening. Nothing happened for a while. They couldn't even identify who the guy was. I think his name just came out. They just had found out his name was Daniel Penny. Wow. And I keep saying it so that way people could really have it ingrained into their brain. And notice I keep saying it the same way. I'm like, Daniel Penny. Because I want people to realize, man. And know who this cat is. And not so much as who he is, but what he is. And what people like him are. His whole goddamn nation is just like that. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. They come up to you. Give me that too. Give me Words of his mouth are smooth as butter, but war is in his heart.
Oh, sloppy, son.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about that getting a loan and paying it back.
Mhm.
No, once you think that's gonna pay it off, they'll turn around and say, "Oh no, that was just the interest."
Yeah, you sit there, man. You think you got it over with. No. They will, man. First of all, I know people who are in debt now, a lot of damn debt, right? You become a servant. I know sisters that are working 3 jobs just to pay off like college tuitions. Are you serious? And you know what's so wild? We glorify it, right? We glorify. We go, oh man, I got 3 jobs, man. I'm trying to pay this off, man, because I'm trying to get my credit right. Okay, that's great and everything, but will it save your damn life?
Right.
I'm not saying that chasing that dream is a terrible thing. If you got good credit, more power to you. Shalom, that's great. But is it going to save your life? No, it's not. For all we know, Jordan Neely could have had goddamn great credit.
Right.
For all we know, they pull up all the bad stuff. What if this brother had good credit? Or what if he was putting on like he wasn't poor at all? There was a movie one time. I think it's a Wayne's movie where they gave the homeless brother some money, and when they walked past, he got up, took the homeless clothes off, and it was a suit.
Right.
I think it was one of Wayne and Brothers movies.
Yeah, it might have been Damn. Anyway, he could have been like that. He could have been like a cat kind of down there dancing and pop locking, and then once he left, he got into a Benz.
Right.
Who the hell knows, man? You never know. But again, it won't change nothing, man. You still are oppressed in this kingdom. You got that from me?
Go ahead, bro.
This
is the book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 21.
Yeah.
The words of his heart were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Let me tell you something. If that ain't Esau, I don't know what it is, man. He's smooth when he talks. That's how the hell can you deceive somebody? You got to talk smooth to him. We can't deceive anybody. Because first of all, nothing we say is smooth. Nothing at all. Listen, if you're going to compare our words to anything in the kitchen, it's a knife. It damn sure ain't butter. I can tell you that. Keep going.
His words were softer than oil.
Very soft. Let me tell you something. We're going to make sure that things happen. That's how the police talk to you. I just want to get things in order. You know what I'm saying? Get on the ground.
Right.
They talk like that. Keep going.
Yet were they drawn swords.
Yet were they drawn swords. That's that modern sword. That's of today. That's what happens, man. We fall for it because we don't have the capability of understanding that the people in the room, your neighbor is not the person that you should be hating, or the person that's next to you is your brother, and you should love them. You want to move to what's a white area out here? What's a white town, Rob?
Slovakia, city of Decatur.
This guy. You said Buckhead?
Buckhead.
Yeah. Negroes would rather move to Buckhead just to get away from their own people and say things like this. Oh, I'm just going there for the better education.
Right.
2 + 2, last time I checked, I don't know, I dropped out of high school, but 2 + 2 is the same down here as it is in Buckhead.
Right.
What the hell is the different teaching? Is there some type of higher learning that I'm unaware of? Go ahead, Rob.
They feel that if the oppressor teach it, it's better.
Oh, okay. Well, I know just because I pay attention to things like this, those schools are going to get shot up at some point. I've never heard a mass shooting take place at Decatur, like one of these like hood high schools, what they call them. No, yeah, right. I ain't never hear about it. Have you? They got metal detectors there, but they don't have them in Buckhead.
Right.
The audacity, right?
Right.
Like when you think about it in hindsight, like the audacity, and black people are going, man, I'm going there, man. My kids will be safer. The streets are cleaner. Okay.
Right.
You'll see. When Billy doesn't get his cereal in the morning, and then he becomes a goddamn serial killer and shoots up the whole damn school.
God.
I feel safer with my kids going to the damn public school. Because they're
right.
Yeah, because they again, history has proven that.
Right. Time again.
Yeah, they're gonna get into some fights. That is for damn sure.
Right.
But they won't get shot.
That's right.
They won't get shot. And they won't get shot because we teaching them early who the enemy really is. And now our kids, most of them who are actually in here, when we teach them the thing that we're learning about brotherhood, they then now go out into the world and they know how to deal with things better. You know what I mean? Like they just know how to deal. And that's a beautiful thing to teach your kid the thing that took you 30 something years to learn. And they getting it. They getting it young. I wish I got it that young, man. You know how strong, man. Let me tell you something, man. Gabe, that's brother Rob's son, right? Gabe, you can see warrior in his face, man, and you do an amazing job with him. You get him in there. He's learning through you. He's following your lead. You know what I mean? So if you're a strong brother in the school, he's going to be even stronger because he's watching you and he's underneath you working. I love to see things like that, man. Right. I love it. Go ahead.
Don't forget the baby Sirach. He tried to salute.
Man, come on, man. It's a baby running around. He's falling down and getting up. You know what I mean? He's doing the bottom Shabbat. And I'm like, all right. It's great. You know what I mean? But that's how we train. We're going to train them up that way, man. And there's an absolute beautiful thing to see it. Unfortunately, on the opposite side of that spectrum, there's a Christian right now raising their kid up to be a coward,
right? To
submit to Esau, to worship him,
right?
The best thing I've ever did, besides coming into the truth, that Caesar Borgia thing right there. When we all in the world, we used to look up to that damn thing. They're in everybody's house. They're in everybody's house. The greatest moment of my life, right, was slamming that damn thing at camp. I took that damn. I was like, yeah, the devil slammed it right on the ground, man. You'll see, Mawasar. You'll see soon.
Right.
You will see, brother. Holy Christ, talk about power. I can't wait for our kids to experience that type of power, man. I can't wait, man. I love it. So when you look at situations like Jordan Neely and Daniel Penny, look at that situation right there and go, I know who my enemy really is. And feel something for the poor. Feel something for your brother, man. Come down to their level. If Ra'ab is down, guess what? I'm down too. If Mawasar is sad, guess what? I'm going to be sad too. I'm going to get to your level. Because I'm your brother.
Right.
There ain't no such thing as, oh, well, I feel good today. Damn him, man. Nah. If he hurting, I'm hurt. If a sister, you dating a sister, if she offends you, she offends me.
Right.
If she leaves you, guess what? Shalom, bitch. Peace out. We don't got nothing to do with you.
Right.
We're glad that you're gone.
Right.
So that way we could experience real brotherhood and not have to deal with you yelling outside.
Right.
Being a dragon.
Being a damn dragon, man. We don't want that type of stuff in here, man. Go ahead.
In the words of General Muhammad, if the bitch want to leave, let her leave.
Let her go, man. But we have to feel the same way our brothers do, because if we don't, then we can't display the amount of brotherhood that they need. It's no different from if I got shot right now, right? You wouldn't be happy for me. You would be damn near in pain just like me, because now you're worried about what's going to happen to me.
Right.
And in turn, I will have to worry about what's going to happen to you guys. I got to get down to the level. And I go for sisters too. You sisters out there, you got a husband, he down, guess what? You better be down too. And then also, not only should you be down with him, pick him up. Pick him up off the ground. You could put us down pretty well. You got that shit mastered, Slocky. You got that mastered. Pick him up. Don't be like Esau and put your foot on his neck. You gotta show some love too sometimes. You can't just, it ain't all, first of all, it ain't about you no damn way, but show some love to that brother, man. Go ahead. Also.
That's why I have a motto. For brotherhood, my brotherhood motto is, if Okay, say your arm is broke, then I'm your brother, I'm your arm.
He prepared for camp. That's what Mama Saw is doing. I know what you're doing. I used to do that too in the class, right? I used to try to like say things like to get a reaction. Like I'm like, yeah, man, because I still say this. I'm not lying. I still say this to this day. Actually, before I became an officer, right? I would say this one line, and I'll be like, private parts should not be shown in the public or something like that. Over the course of years, it's changed because I got to keep changing this, right? I keep evolving this thing. Right. But I would say it and be like, come on, nothing. All right, let's leave it. It ain't get over like that, right?
Right.
I passed that test, man. Went out to camp. I'm like, yeah, you sisters out there, you know, your private part shouldn't be in the public. And everybody's like, that's right. I'm like, yeah, boy, yeah. All my hard work is just paid off.
Oh my God.
It's just paid off.
That's right.
That made me feel good, man. I know what you're doing, Baba. So that's all right. Give me real quick before we slide up out of here. I had one too, and pardon me, man. I'm feeling like crap, so bear with me, brothers. All right.
Thanks a lot, good sir.
Go ahead, Makulak.
Hey, so going back onto that precept about defending the poor, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a good point to bring out two and two, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just crazy. Like, they really went to dig into this man's history.
Yeah, they did.
And the oppressor that murdered him, he's not even a police officer. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just cannot believe, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one is defending that brother. And they act like this man is just automatically right. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. And then even with Esau, like, he real provoking, so he gonna make you hit him first. I'm pretty sure the brother that hit the man first. I'm pretty sure he grabbed him first. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's rule number one. And Esau killed him like that provoking. You know what I'm saying? They're provoking. You know what I mean? If they ain't gonna hit you first. You know what I'm saying? So like it. That goes to that precept service defending the poor.
Yes. That's what we have when we said when you said I think it was Psalms 82 and 3, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But we have to do the thing that makes people uncomfortable. The defending the poor is not also just in action too. It's like if we downtown and something goes on with those brothers down there, right? Our job as priests is to defend all of our people. And when I say defend, I mean fight for them. That's what we're doing here. We're fighting for our people. And I say that to say this. Christians and fake Israelites, they are scared to fight for their people. They're scared, they're terrified to do it. Because if they fight for their people, they can't please Esau. And you can't serve two masters, as we know. But that's what they don't want to fight for their people, man. We defend the poor, which is why we go down there and feed them. We're defending them in the face of the world who hates them. And make no mistake about it, right? We feed Esau. He's down there too, right? Not much of him, but he's down there. Elam, everybody, all nations are down there. It says defend the poor. They poor, we feed them. I mean, he can't get nothing from us after that. But he can get these little crumbs. But we care about our people, man. We defend the poor. And most people, they don't want to do that. They're terrified of it. It is absolutely scary because of Jordan Neely situations. We understand the poor because we were once just like that. And I don't mean just sitting outside on the curb. I mean, it was a time when you didn't have nothing.
Right.
You didn't have nothing. So we can identify with that, which is what I said earlier. You got to bring yourself down to a brother's level, man, to understand them. If you can't, then you can't properly be a brother to someone. You just won't be able to be because you in turn will be selfish. You will in turn be selfish. Go ahead, give me Lamentations. What was it, 4 and 18?
18?
Yeah, 4 and 18. Yeah.
Con.
Just to flesh out Esau, and this is a milk scripture, and we're given milk because we know that a lot of people can't take the meat, like the real thick of it. You got to give them little things, baby steps here.
Right.
And that in itself is brotherhood, because we're trying to take our time to train you up, to show you the very thing that somebody had to show us. You got it? Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets.
You can't go on a damn. Where is it safe for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people to go? Who's hunting our steps? If the Bible is false, right? Then who the hell is it? Who is this talking about? This precept talking. I'm not asking y'all. Actually, these, internet people.
Oh, God.
The viewing audience. What are they talking about? Who's the they? Who's the our? Who is it? Looking at history, have we hunted anybody's steps? No. We ain't going out and hanging, lynching the oppressor, or lynching Moabites and Elamites. We're not lynching nobody. We're not taking nobody's land. They could come. We were down at that club. What's that name of that club that Shaw performed at? Yeah, come on. Monaco. Me and the cows were standing outside, right? Esau, a couple of them just walked. First of all, they walking past like this is a cool, safe neighborhood. They don't give a damn. We didn't do nothing. Nobody down there. They just walked past. Nobody said nothing. We just me and the cops damn, they got that. They brave, Back in the day, you see the Mormons doing it. They walking through the hardest neighborhoods with a book bag on.
Oh, God.
You'd be like, damn. They don't give a damn. You know why? Because we're not going to do anything.
Right.
Let you walk through their neighborhood. So I ain't gonna say let you walk through. Let you try to walk through the neighborhood.
Right.
Cops are coming.
God.
They're gonna say, "Hey, what's your business here?" You're like, "Damn, man, I thought this was, I could just walk here. You know anybody that lives here? I know you now because we're talking, but no, I don't. I can't walk here."
Right.
Then what's gonna happen? I remember this one incident. I think it was in 2020 where this brother got shot for jogging in that area. A white area. Got me. Yeah, go ahead.
Man, I was thinking the same thing. Adawan, that's the brother Ahmad Albert.
Yes, there you go. Give him a hand too, by the way, because I'm saying, I'm like, what's that cat's name, man? Yeah, can't even jog in their neighborhood. When we at camp, they jogging right past us. No shirt on.
Right.
They can roam free in our neighborhood. Go ahead, Mama. So
speaking of being a cat, a few times, you had something they thought, they so arrogant and think that they just got it like that. Like they thought they were just gonna walk straight through the camp. Like,
right.
Oh, y'all got it like that for real. I'm like, hold on, nah.
Trying to touch the sign, and they got that gusto like that because they're untouchable. It's their world.
That's right.
They're untouchable. And Daniel Penny is the same way. He's untouchable. So untouchable. In fact, he can murder a man on a train and nobody will do anything about it.
That's right.
He's murdering somebody on the train.
Right.
Not an empty train. The train is packed. It's New York City, for God's sake. It ain't never an empty train, but he's murdering a man on the train. Go ahead, Mama. So
the more people got the video, is that a brother that's helping to hold him down?
It looked like it from the side, like so some cat holding his arm like that. I couldn't really see his face. I was too busy getting ready to scorch Daniel Penny.
Right.
I couldn't take my eye for him.
Right,
because he had in his eye that hatred for us. You could see it in his face. And if Black people and Hispanic and Native Indian people can't see it, then you just as blind as everybody else that's outside. You're blind if you can't see hate in that man's eyes. Can't even go on a damn train. You can't jog down the street. You can't do nothing. This skin that we're in, it's painful to be us.
Right.
It's painful to be us. You can't walk nowhere. You can't do nothing. You can't even drive down a damn street. If you drive past a cop right now, the first thing we do is this. Because you want to make sure this cat ain't following you.
Right.
Because you can't even drive down the street comfortably.
Right. You know what? You can't even sit at McDonald's parking lot and eat your McDonald's.
You can't. You can't do nothing. Any situation where an unarmed black man or woman was killed, it goes to show you history now, not us.
Right.
History is showing you this. It ain't just me doing this class. I ain't nobody. I'm nothing, man. But I'm showing you history, a pattern. Black man, if you've dated over 100 women, you know that they talk all the time.
Right.
Okay.
And 99.9% of the time, it's about nothing.
Right.
That's history. Sisters, if you date brothers, okay, that say that they're a rapper, 99.9% of the time, they're not ever going to become a rapper. Let's just be honest, right? That's just history. You know these things. Why isn't that same mentality pointed towards our enemy? They have a history, a bad one. It's not like, it ain't like the rapper situation or the brother. They have a murderous blood path, that history that follows them. Anywhere they go, they destroy everything and kill everybody. But yet and still, our people go, no, it's not all of them. Oh, yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. You can't be the descendant of a murderer and then pretend like you're not going to be that when you grow up. They're descendants of murderers, just like we are descendants of slaves.
Right.
We have the slave mentality. They have the master's mentality, because the way we raise up our children here, they raise up their children in a way too. Guess how they raise them up? They raise them up opposite of what we do. They go, hey, listen, you could be whatever you want. You're better, superior. They instill that into them. When we in the world, we don't teach our kids that. We teach them, oh, well, if a cop pulls you over, just put your hands on the steering wheel. Right. We teach our children how to prepare to die. We give them survival techniques, just like a slave would give his child. Just work, keep your head down, mind your business. Don't say nothing. Master come, you don't know nothing. Just pretend. We teach, not in here. Not in here. Not in here. Just imagine if the slaves during slavery, right? If all of them knew who the devil was and actually was like, you know what? We can get the hell up out of here. We can actually leave. It's more of us. It never dawned on them. Because why? That stronghold that Esau has on us back then still has on us till this day. And that stronghold has turned from a goddamn mentality to a rear-naked choke. That's how strong the stronghold is. Go ahead, Rob.
Salaki, sir. That's why they call it breaking when it comes to
buck breaking.
But not just that. But
Okay.
I was expanding it to dogs and horses and things like that, because you don't always have to have your dog on a leash if your dog is leash trained or housebroken and things like that, because now they know where to go.
Right.
They already got it. They've already
like a sense of like a habit, like a routine.
Kind of a con. We've already been broken mentally to the point where, oh no, when we see the police, it's yes sir, yes master. You know, like where they already know. You see the oppressor walking through your neighborhood, and it's like, oh, put that down, put that away. You know, calm down. It's them. You know, like they you shape up immediately. That's how they behave with their oppressors and things like that, because they're broken mentally. We as a people are broken.
Right. It's a mentality, man. And the truth that we read out of this book is the thing that's going to save you and save your life. You talk about a guide. This is the manual on how to deal with Esau and how to deal with your brother. How to identify the devil, how to identify a wolf, how to identify danger and oppression. The scriptures say oppression maketh the wise man mad. Guess what? We're oppressed. And guess what? We're mad. Because we know it. We know it. And I love teaching these classes, man. We do this all the time because we love our people. That anger that we feel because we know that we're oppressed translates into intense love for our people.
Right.
It's intense. It's tough love. That's why we look and talk the way we do and walk the way we do. You have to be militant to deal with the arrogance and the ignorance of our people. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of patience. For those of you brothers got a rib, you try to teach the truth, man, goddamn. All night arguing about birthdays and holidays and all types of stuff. But you got to be patient, and you gotta have to have that mentality of war in order to war with any type of spirit, man. Any type of demon, any type of devil, you got to battle that every single day. Give me more on that precept.
Khan.
Yep.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 18.
Right.
They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets.
Mm-hmm.
Our end is near.
Yep.
Our days are fulfilled.
Right.
For our end is come.
That's us, man, in a nutshell. The oppressor, he hunts our steps. You can't go on your street. Your end is near, which is why Black people have a short life span. We don't. What's the average? Black man die like 55. You know what I mean? And all that typically comes from stress, high blood pressure, heart attack, you name it. We're dead. Your rib lives a little bit longer because, unfortunately, I mean, Esau doesn't have that much pressure on her since he's using her to kill you. You should go on TikTok and see them comments, man. Follow us on TikTok and go see them for yourself. I'm in there battling all these, all the press. I'm back, all of them. Prove it. This, that. I like to publicly lynch them, and I'm using lynch as a metaphor here. Okay. I like to publicly display us going to work and showing our people that even the devil can bleed, man. I cut them too. Because I love my people and I want my people to see that. I want my people to know that the friend that you have at your job, at your slavery, he's probably in the damn comment section anyway. You know that guy that you drink water with at the water fountain that you think is so cool? He looks like Zach from goddamn Saved by the Bell. Yeah, him. He's in there, blonde hair, blue eyes, and everything. He's in that comment section because they have a bloodlust for us. Give me this will be the last one too. Ezekiel 35 and 5. To flesh out the entire Daniel Penny and the house of Esau. This is what you need to understand, and this is exactly what you need to hear. From the rich hating the poor, so on and so forth. You got that for me, Rob?
Khan.
Go ahead,
This
brother.
is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
A perpetual hatred.
And hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Has done what?
Has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Alton Sterling. Jordan Neely. No, you good. Jordan Neely.
Right.
Eric Garner. Trayvon Martin. Anybody, what's the sister's name? It's a sister too. Her name's slipping me. They was like, say her name. Say it again. Yeah, you go ahead.
Are you talking about Sandra Bland?
Sandra Bland. That's the one. Sandra Bland. That perpetual hatred, man, shedding the blood of us. Keep going.
Khan. By the force of the sword.
By the force of the sword. We know the sword today is the gun. By the force of the sword. And not let me rearrange the idea of the force, right? Not to reword this. Daniel Penny, because he was a Marine and he held that gun, he had that power, he believes in his heart of hearts and in his mind that he could use that same authority and force to kill another man. Which is why he did it. Because I can. He got that type of, they have that mentality, that cracking of the whip. I'm master, you're the damn servant. I could take your life. Because if it wasn't for me, I'm allowing you to live here. And just like that, by the force of that sword, the mentality behind the madness. I'm gonna take this cat's life, man, and you ain't gonna do a goddamn thing about it. Keep going.
Khan. In the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Right. Give me 6.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God.
That's right.
I will prepare thee unto blood.
Hey, Esau, Daniel Penny, all of you. The Lord said he's going to prepare you unto blood. Since you love it so much, you're going to be prepared. Just think about preparing a meal, right? I'm gonna prepare the steak on this pan. I'm gonna slaughter this damn thing. I'm about to tear this damn thing up. Right. Get ready, steak. You're getting cooked.
God.
I will prepare you unto blood. Since you love it so much,
right?
I'm gonna prepare you unto it. Keep going.
And blood shall pursue thee.
And blood shall pursue thee. So you chase it so much. That bloodlust in your eyes for us, that bloodlust you have for Hispanics and locking people in cages, and natives that you put on a reservation, you want to steal land, rape, rob, and murder everybody. Since you love to chase it, it's going to pursue you. You're going to have nightmares about it, like we do, like black people do. You're going to have PTSD when you drive past us.
Right.
It's going to now, the very thing that you chase and you love so much is going to be your worst nightmare, because that same blood that you like to chase all the time and you pursue is going to pursue you. It's going to pursue you. That, in essence, is karma, right? For those of you that believe in karma, what goes around comes around. The oppressor only thinks that he can get away with it because they haven't heard this. They haven't heard this. Now they will. Now they will. It's coming for you. The blood that you so love so much is going to come pursuing you. Go ahead, keep going.
Since thou hast not hated blood.
Since you don't hate it, you good with it. You good with it. Keep going.
Even blood shall pursue thee.
Blood will pursue thee. And this is not a happy precept. This is your worst nightmare.
Right.
And it's in the Bible.
Right.
The one that you say you love and the one you say you read. When we bring out precepts like this, Esau and his whole entire nation go, well, God loves everybody. You think so? You want me to prove to you that he doesn't love you? Because we can. Give me Romans real fast. Give me Romans. Romans 1-9.
Salaki, 11 and 9 and
9 and 1,
11,
9 and 11.
9 and 11, 9 and 13.
Yeah. Let me prove it to you.
9 and 13.
Yeah.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 13.
Right.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved.
Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. He's talking about us, the chosen people.
Right.
But there's another person, there's another nation that the Lord does not love at all. Go ahead.
But Esau,
Daniel Penny, go ahead.
Have I hated.
Do you understand now that the blood that you so seek and you love so much, the Lord is going to repay you with that same blood. It's going to visit you. It's going to haunt you for murdering our brother and murdering our people for all of these years. If you don't believe me, go ask Pharaoh if you can find him. Egypt is a desolate land for the same reason. You want to put us into captivity, beat the hell out of us? Guess what? The Lord is going to kill you. The Lord is going to visit you and kill the horses you rode in on.
Right.
Because they're guilty too. They're going too.
God.
You understand? So Esau, Daniel Penny, what makes you think that you're exempt from this? Your crimes, they have to have some type of a answer. You gotta answer for them at some point. But you will. You definitely will. Questions online, questions in the room. I'll throw water to you too, Rob. I appreciate the reading. All right, no sweat. Who just going to Mavasar or Napash in the back? Going to you? All right. And with that, pass the class off the precinct officer, Mavasar. Yeah. That sounds good saying that, ain't it? Precinct officer, Mavasar. My man.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother or sister, new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. And if you could do so, however you get here, however you travel, by car, bus, train, bicycle, or whatever, if you could put it into your Google, so it'll help with the algorithms for the school. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 20, Malachi 3:8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We are in the Feast of First Fruits.
31 sundown day.
Oh,
count
50 days.
We're on 31 sundown day.
We're on 31 sundown days. Celebrate the 50th day. Start before sundown. Monday, May 29th, 2023. Leviticus 23, 10 and 22. Remind Akim and Akwaf to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, pants, shirts. Slakia, boots, shirt, pants, headbands, and scarves. And with that, give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Meta Israel, Amajim, which means to stand. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim, Barak, and which we said from Hebrew translated to the English is Father, in the name of Christ, bless you. Yahmatap means hands down. Oh, any any sisters in the school online?
Come.
One courtesy salute to the teacher, man of Israel, Amajim. Oh, one sister.
The sister, yeah.
Oh, God. One courtesy salute to the sisters, man of Israel, Amajim. Amajim Shabbat.
Oh, Slav. It's Amayim.
Amajim.
Amayim Shabbat.
Amajim Shabbat. Amajim
like this. And Barak.
Barak.
Yahweh Shamar al-Taba Shem Yahushua.
And for translated from English to from Hebrew to English, what we said.
May the Most High watch over you.
May the Most High watch over you.
In the name of Christ.
In the name of Christ.
Yahweh top.
Now, to the top, hands down, class dismissed.